Welcome back to Folks. Today, we have a clash of titans, a battle of wits, a verbal cage match for the ages. In one corner, the firebrand conservative, the master of logic, Ben Shapiro. And in the other, the controversial academic, the thorn in Israel's side, Norman Finkelstein. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Piers. I'm here to expose the truth about the conflict in Gaza. The media is biased, the left is blinded by emotion, and it's time for someone to speak rationally.
Rational? You, Shapiro, you're the king of talking points and gish gallops. Let's see how rational you are when confronted with the facts.
Excellent. Let's dive right in. Ben, you've been vocal about Hamas's role in the conflict. What's your argument?
Simple, Piers. Hamas is a terrorist organization that uses civilians as human shields. They launch rockets from schools and hospitals and then blame Israel for the casualties. It's a clear case of victim blaming.
Oh, how original! The human shield argument. Do you ever get tired of parroting Israeli propaganda?
Propaganda? I'm simply stating facts, Finkelstein. Unlike you, I deal in reality, not anti-Semitic conspiracy theories.
Anti-Semitism? You throw that word around like confetti. I'm criticizing the Israeli government, not the Jewish people.
Gentlemen, please, let's not descend into personal attacks. Ben, let Norman respond. But first, Norman, do you condemn Hamas?
What the hell is wrong with you, Piers? Look, Shapiro, the reality is that Israel has disproportionate military power. They blockade Gaza, restrict movement, and then launch devastating airstrikes. They're the aggressors, not Hamas.
Oh, please, Hamas is the one firing rockets at civilian populations. They're the aggressors, and Israel has the right to defend itself. It's called self-defense, Finkelstein, something you seem unfamiliar with.
Self-defense by bombing residential areas, by killing innocent children. If that's self-defense, then the world is in serious trouble.
This is exactly why we had you two on the show, the clashing perspectives, the passionate arguments. But I want to ask you both, do you see any hope for peace in this conflict? And more importantly, do you condemn Hamas? Oh, well.
No shit, Sherlock. I believe peace is possible, but only if Hamas is disarmed and the Palestinian people choose a leadership that recognizes Israel's right to exist.
Peace won't come through force or appeasement. It will come when Israel recognizes the rights of the Palestinian people and ends its occupation of their land.
Ben, I have a moral quandary. I'm stuck in. I have to address the elephant in the room. Why were you so hesitant to debate Norman initially?
Well, Piers, let's just say I was apprehensive. You see, Norman has a reputation for being, shall we say, intense in his debates. I've seen him verbally dismantle seasoned politicians in a matter of minutes, and frankly, I didn't want my arse ripped into shreds.
Oh, come now, Shapiro. Don't flatter yourself. I would never touch that arse. You were more afraid of having your precious worldview challenged than you were of me destroying your arguments.
Is that so, Finkelstein? Perhaps you're projecting your own insecurities onto me. After all, you wouldn't want your narrative of victimhood to be disrupted by a dose of reality now, would you?
Now, gentlemen, let's not get personal. Ben, you said you were apprehensive. But surely, as a champion of debate, you wouldn't shy away from a challenge, even if it came from Norman Finkelstein. Do you condemn Hamas or not?
Please, Piers, you should ask Norm that. Debating Norman is like playing chess with a pigeon. You can knock over all his pieces, but he'll still strut around like he's won the game.
Ha ha ha. That's rich coming from the king of the soundbite. You know, Shapiro, you wouldn't be so quick to talk if you actually had to engage with the complexities of this conflict instead of spouting pre-programmed talking points.
Complexity? You call spewing anti-Semitic propaganda complex? Please spare me the intellectual posturing, Finkelstein. We both know you're just a one-trick pony, and your trick is getting old.
Hold on, gentlemen. We're losing focus here. Let's get back to the debate. Ben, why did you finally agree to debate Norman? And I'm sorry to say it again, I have no choice. Do you condemn Hamas or not?
Let's just say I do. All right, I do. You happy, Piers? I felt a responsibility to provide a counterpoint to Norman's misinformation and distortions. Someone had to stand up for truth and logic in this debate, and that someone, apparently, is me.
Oh, how noble of you, Shapiro. The world is your oyster, isn't it? You, the lone voice of reason in a sea of ignorance.
Don't worry, Finkelstein. I'm used to swimming alone.
And that's the Ben Shapiro we all know and love. Thank you both for coming on the show. This has been a fascinating and heated debate.
It has been, Piers, but I believe I've made my case clear.
As have I, Shapiro, and I'm confident that history will judge who's on the right side of this conflict.
Well, that's for the history books to decide. Until next time, folks, do you condemn Hamas? Well, there you have it, folks. Love me or hate me, you can't ignore me. Hit subscribe, stay tuned, and brace yourself for the next dose of unfiltered truth. Until then, Piers out.